Hey everyone, I'm Laura from the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop.
And I'm Munchkin from the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop.
And this weekend project we're working on
the lower middle center block of the Fantasy Fun quilt.
And it attaches to this beginning part of the tower that we started. I think that was the first or second one.
That was the second one, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And this is a continuation on that. So
yes,
it's kind of hard to see, but we're going to work on that.
This is the one that is directly above it. It is the next, it's big enough, it's probably the next few floors of the tower.
Definitely. All right, should we start building? Got this side already done, and that side already done.
So let's start with this nice big strip here.
That strip, we're just going to sew it all together pretty much,
Yep.
I think, right? Very good. All right. Just pop a pin in there to keep it nice and straight. And of course this is made with gray solid and blue and green of the same type of material from Northcott of these two right here. So it adds a lot of movement to the block for sure. And of course this can be completely done on a scrappy manner. You could do whatever the green part here is in kaleidoscope of colors. This could be a great way to crumb quilt some bits, and then you just cut out the parts you need out of the crumb quilt section. That to me, that seems like it might be okay, but you know. Where does this go? This way? All right.
Yep,
and then,
and then we need this one right here.
Those two together. Okay. And then just make sure you're lining them up. And if anything needed to be trimmed, you trim it off this side right here, because you really want to keep that full triangle on this part. So if it happened to dangle over by smidgy widgy, then just trim that smidgy widgy off and keep the main part of the color triangle. Okay. All right, so these go that way?
That way around.
Okay, so I'm going to sew those two together.
We might as well put this one on the top side first.
Top side first?
Yeah.
So it flips out that way, okay. Making that little diamondy sort of shape.
Yeah.
See there, perfect example. See how that's hanging off a bit right there? We don't want that part. So we're going to make sure that it gets down over here and we're trimming it up. Should be 4.5. Should be what we need is to be 4.5. Yeah, and we're almost at 5. So it gives you the pattern to the cutout tells you to do like this would be 4 7/8. So, and of course we don't need that 7/8, but again, it's allowing you that correction room to if you needed to. You know what I mean? So it's allowing you more fabric than leaving you with little fabric, and you wonder why you're too short. So if you don't happen to be bang on with your stitch like that, then you got you're okay to trim. It's all right. Software was allowing for it. Okay, there we go. How was it? When I was making the other one, once we get this part here, actually, I'll show you so you can see the small camera, hopefully. See that? It looks like a little bit of a spaceship. Ooh, I see a whole lot of black with this. Just saying. All right. You want to press that, and then I'll sew them all that 3 sides together. So it's a nice big part of the trunk of the tree, the base of it, as it's coming up, the second part of the tower, and then you can see a couple of branches just barely starting to pop out. So there's one right there. It's kind of a branch, just trying to branch off to another block. So it's going to look lovely. And it really links it all together. I can't believe this is number 7. It's going and only like 5 left. It's going to go so fast. Okay, perfect. So now again, if these 3 pieces, once all together, are longer than this piece right here, we're just going to line it up in the green part and trim the grays off to match, okay?
The green part is where it seems sensitive.
Exactly. It's where it's most important, is to line up the green part. And then trim the gray. All right, and this one here, just laying it on top. Of course, it's just a 4.5. If you need to put a pin in, put a pin in. And we appreciate anybody who's participating in this and just participate. We're just happy you're watching. There we go. Because Munchkin and I have had a great time with this coming together. So are we? That needs to press first before we sew, because I really want to match up those seams.
But might as well
do that one while you're pressing.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so that's another bottom part of the I don't know, what is it? Crystal window? Is that what you call it?
It's a stained glass window.
Stained glass window. So this would have been a great opportunity to maybe introduce a new color that's not in the rest of the quilt, that you maybe only have just a little bit of, and it's a precious fabric, and you only have that fat quarter or a little bit more than the fat quarter. Then that would be a good time to use that special fabric in this spot right here.
Yes, as there is only 2 major windows in the quilt, as far as I remember.
So you're okay if I put these 2 together? If I pin them, or do you want to wait till the more of the structure in the center is built?
Let's wait for now.
Okay.
Actually, 3. There should be another window in the block above this one.
Oh yeah? Very nice.
A smaller one, and then a small window on the little offshoot.
Very cute. That's the in-law suite.
It's the part that could fall off at any time.
No, we don't want that. We don't want that. Does that line up? Okay, perfect. Okay, so line that up. So people are gonna ask, how's school?
What's going on?
That's what I have to work with, folks.
Currently going through decently advanced physics.
Excellent. Okay, now seriously. 3, 2, 1. Totally a spaceship. I love it. Hey, I wouldn't have seen it otherwise if not putting this block together. I have space fabric and I've got like a nice space panel, so I've been trying to come up with some ideas to make some, and this is a great idea. I like this spaceship.
Well, now you got a little spaceship block.
I do. I got a little spaceship idea. That's 4.5 square. That's 4.5, and that's 2 and 7/8 on an angle, and Bob's your uncle. Wonderful. All right.
That phrase is always funnier when you actually have an Uncle Bob.
I did. Just live in Twas in BC. There you go.
Okay.
Alright, so you want me to do the white with the greens? I'll do both of them at the same time. Might as well. Those are the top parts of these little window bits here. Show them maybe on the small camera. You can see we're just going to work on these little parts right here.
As the window itself in this block is actually 2 colors. Green with a white accent.
Exactly. Which you could also do a different color.
Yes.
Have it like yellow. It's nighttime. Especially if you got like a nighttime theme going on, or.
Yes,
Cool.
if you've been doing a nighttime theme of this quilt.
That would be cool. So now that's a challenge, because if we're doing a daytime, we're just gonna have to do a nighttime. With like no, I'm serious. With it all lit up with candles and stuff, I think it'd be lovely. Or lights or whatever.
Well, candles and fabric tend not to go
No,
well.
I don't mean I mean like little fake candles on the fabric.
Blankets make you warm. You don't want to be that one.
No, not that toasty. We hope everybody had a safe and wonderful long weekend for our friends in America. There was their holiday on Thursday, sorry.
Today. Which is...
July 4th.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks,
Sorry, I've had a very long day.
Almost there. Oh, we got the green one at the top. Green with the gray to do. And it looks like those square green ones need a little pressing. They got like little, 2 little folds in them.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Can you hand me the green? Oh, actually, no, I'll do that.
And just there you go.
Thank you very much. There we go. Line that up. It seems to be hanging over a bit. I wonder if I was shy with my cut. And make sure the triangles are pointing out, just like this, because that's going to help form that pretty window. And of course we'll square these up on the sides. Okay, just move this out of the way. Get you to give that a press first before I trim. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And I just wrote out what we needed with the letter and then the size, and if it's a gray I needed 2, and green I needed 3, or so on and so forth, and just pinned it with a little piece of paper. And it's very easy to keep track of things. So. I needed to trim.
Just double checking that it's the right size.
Oh, it should be.
Right, roughish size.
Roughish. Roughages. Here, just square it up. Fits the spot. Perfect, thank you.
Doesn't actually need pressing again, so.
No. That goes on the side?
Yep.
Oh, well, both sides, right? Yeah, it helps build out that part. Okay.
So yes, happy belated 4th of July to all of our American viewers.
And we had a great Canada Day, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We hung out as a family. Caused some trouble.
Well, we do that every day.
So families do. And don't forget to watch tomorrow when we're going to work on the big giant Dresden purple flower. We're going to work on that some more for our live stream, Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern. We look forward to seeing you there. This is almost there. It's looking so nice. I love that green fabric. So pretty.
I would say that if you decide to do a crumb design for the windows, try and do a crumb design for all of the windows.
Yeah, keep it consistent, right?
Yeah.
I agree. That needs a little trimming. Just a little bit off there.
It's not sewn.
Yes, it is. Oh, what is it? Ah! Whoops. Whoa, whoa. Thanks for saying that. It looked like it was sewn already. Oh, I need some trimming.
That could have been bad.
Could have been. Could have been. Mom?
Because I don't think we got extras.
That'd be wrong. See how that when you just put it on the right spot and it folds over, it fills it exactly where it needs to be. You just make sure you got a little tail here and a little tail there, and everybody is happy. Alright, take that. Give it a wee press. Any other one that needs? Oh. Thank you. Okay. See again, that's the position it needs to be in. And then I'm going to take this and flip it over this way, line it up on these 2 angled edges right here, making sure I have a wee tail on the top and a wee tail on the bottom. And I'm just going to sew right down where I believe the line is and 1/4 from the edge. And if it doesn't work, then you grab this beautiful little seam ripper and you take out what you just did and try again. There we go. Fold it over. Well, ain't that snazzy bazzy. See? Done. Oops. Okay. Thank you. Those 2?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the little square. finger press with that.
And
And this one.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. And again, if we needed to do any trimming, we wouldn't take it off that green one. We'd take it right off the bottom of the gray.
Okay.
And we just even up this little side here.
So as you can see here, it's really starting to come together.
Yeah, it's almost there. Like we are so close. I can't wait to see the whole finished quilt though. I'm very excited for that. And then again to get it on the long arm and start quilting it up. It's going to take a lot of thread. And the question is, how many colored threads do you want to use?
I'm gonna let you decide that.
Oh, you think so? You trust your long armor, do you? It's good to know.
I mean, I do know where you live.
Yeah. Not far. Alright, there we go. Beautiful. Press this one.
Okay.
That's trouble.
Yes, you are.
It's looking really good. I like how big these blocks are. Because this in itself could be a pillow. You know?
Okay. So we want to.
Put the top on that and then
Yep.
we'll put the sides on. And then we get to put them all together. Awesome! Okay, let's trim our little furry sides off. So we can keep nice and square. And that may have been a miscut on mine, that's why they were a little long. So.
Oh, no harm done.
No, I don't think so.
Just means that you have a little more leeway to work with, right?
Okay. Yeah, no, match up the green first, and then we trim the gray. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. See, that's just a little bit off right there. Okay. Let's sew that first, and then we'll trim it. Rather trim the gray, don't trim the green. Little part flipped up there. Okay. And then we get the other one, right? Trim that first. Okay.
As always, trim on the longest side, and it usually ends up right. At least for this quilt.
Yeah, the EQ8 software is very unique. See, this one's just fine. So maybe that one was just a little long. Alright, press. And we're looking like we're still square, right? So let's just do a quick little measure here. 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. Perfectly square.
To be honest, I wasn't really expecting it to be perfectly square.
Well, it should. It should be.
Might want to double check. I think I turned that in my hand. Nope, that's right.
This right here?
Yep.
Okay. I'll go to this side because that actually has a nice straight edge to follow. Okay. And then we can actually trim that other stuff off, or if you will leave it. It's up to you. There's that little hairy bits. Oh, look, it's coming together! Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'll.
Just press that first and then, yeah. And then we get to add the 1, 2, 3, 4 little strips. And it's best to do it in chunks. Do it in strips, or it works best if you're working your way down or up and side to side, or the vertical way, not necessarily the horizontal. Very nice.
Okay.
is a couple of seams in here, so I am going to make sure they line up completely by flipping and flopping. And then lining them corners back up. And then underneath the needle. Okay, the last little press.
Oh, it's definitely not the last.
No, I meant for that strip.
You might want it to be the last, but nope.
I'm looking forward to seeing it up against the one on the wall behind us. Alright, which sides are coming together first?
Well, do we want to put this piece on the center or on this half?
It doesn't matter. Whichever. Let's just put them together this way.
Okay.
And of course,
Decision has been made.
we want to line those up the best we can. Okay. The best we can. Sometimes it may be just a smidgy-widgy off, but you know, don't panic. Don't panic. It's no big deal. It's just fabric. Fabric and thread, as the Quilt Marine used to say. Okay, it's a little bit on this side. And a little bit on that side. Of course, there's another seam here we can line up to make sure we're trying to be consistent and across the board. Okay. And we'll just sew on down.
Yeah, there's no reason to worry. If you don't like something, the seam ripper was invented for a reason.
Okay, that's that. Let's, like I said, just trim
Still
up.
another pin?
Oh, okay, you take that one out and I'll trim this up. Turn this over to this side. Okay. I think this one was, okay, good. Press, and then we'll also those two together while you're pressing that one. Okay. Again, there's seams here. I want to make sure that I'm trying to get them as close to lining up as possible to give that the dimension that Munchkin's trying to aim for in this tower. And it's nice to be able to have, you know, a design idea of his come to fruition, and now look at it. It's working on a beautiful piece of art for 7 months and 5 to go, and it's going to be a beautiful project in the end. And yes, it took time, but doesn't everything that's beautiful and worth waiting for?
So far, I have to say this is probably the project that I'm the most proud of.
Oh, wonderful, and I'm glad I had a part in it. Not to toot my own horn or anything. Just happy we could make it together. It's a great memory for us for the rest of our lives. And just one more seam.
Watch where you're swinging that pin.
Oh, I know. I was going to poke myself in the eye or anything. Itchy nose. There we go. That
Missed a
looks
pin.
lovely. Did I? Oh, we're at the very end. Okay, thank you. Oh, that was in the middle. That's why I was looking for it. I'm very thirsty today. It's been very warm. I've been out and about all over the place. Here, there, and everywhere.
Very, very warm.
Yeah, I actually have a warning for Friday night into Saturday morning, the humidex and stuff like that is going to be still like 33 over the evening.
With how hot it's been, I've been seriously tempted to take a small metal pan with me to school and use the heat that is generated in my car during my time at school to bake some cookies.
Bake some cookies. It's possible. You want to flip them over so I can sew them together? Yep. I just want to make sure those seams are lined right up. Kind of here.
I just want to... Okay.
We're good?
That's close.
Oh, I have to hit the pedal. Okay, just trying to put them in those special seams right away, so it kind of has that still defining look to the window. All the way to the other side. All the way to the other side. All right. Oh, so exciting. You want to get the one from the wall down and give it a press, and then I can sew them, see these two next to each other? I mean, one on top of the other.
Yep. There's little fuzzies on it.
Up. Yes, I did. One little press. Oop. Daddy.
Oh, it's a good thing we don't need that right now.
We don't need that anymore. Okay, so it goes like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can see that. Can you give that little seam a press though?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll do that right now.
Oh, that looks really good. Very nice. And that's a light gray down here, and then of course the white for the windows. The big windows. I like big window like that. Got lots of light and color in it. You can see lots from the outside.
And as always, if you decide to go with a simpler pattern for the window, yeah, that is the right side, like perhaps a flat color, it would also be really good for doing applique inside the window. Mm-hmm. So you could do a little bit of the interior if you wanted to as well.
That's exactly it. Make it like a library or something.
Yeah.
Dinner. A supper. All right. I guess that's it. You sign off.
Well, thank you all for watching. And please check us out on Facebook, as we are the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop Mafia there. And check us out on Patreon under the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop.
Exactly. Thank you, everybody. Take care and have yourself a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.